Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Today's class is entitled, I don't know, what's my class again? Loyalty, the looking glass into one's character. So, what spurned on the class? I always talk about what brings on class, because I don't know what I'm, oh, there we go. Yes, a looking glass into one's character. Loyalty, it's paramount in life, in relationships, in friendships, in marriages, in business, whatever it is loyalty, you know. Loyalty begins with our commitment first towards God. You can never be loyal to a person if you're not first loyal to God and God's commandments. I think that is the building block of any successful relationship. If you see how somebody operates with God, if people are partial concerning God's laws, if they are not abiding by the laws when they're told that it's wrong, if they're secretly doing things and whatever, then they're never going to be right with another individual. You have to first be right with God. I said before, a man can never love his wife properly if he doesn't love God, and vice versa. It doesn't work. It does not work. Our first commitment is a loyalty towards God, to his Lord, which means they live a life according to God's principles. We establish a firm foundation for all other relationships, all right? Now, here's the thing with loyalty. Loyalty is a two-way street. It goes, you know. You show loyalty, you know, there's a blessing in it with God, and him being loyal to us and him choosing us. So it's not, God is not a one-sided God. He's not asking nothing for nothing. He's giving something back. A lot of times, many of us in our life and journeys, to be honest, we're not sincere. We're full of guile and deceit. We BS. And a lot of times you find out about that when people like that they're going to be disloyal. I've spoken to brothers before. It's just recently I spoke to a brother, no names to be mentioned, but the point was, when I was talking to him, he asked me about somebody, and I said, yeah, he's all right, whatever he's doing, whatever. He said, you know, this brother called me and asked him something. And when he said to me, it struck me, because I know it to be BS what he's asking. I know it to be BS. Because he's asked series of different people the same question, and I know it's okay, it's just BS. Now, here's the point. I'm like, that person will never be loyal. He can never be loyal because he's just not sincere. He's not honest. Another word for loyalty is honesty. Okay, real quick. I'm so unprepared because I gave you some information that I wanted, just two things, and what I didn't give you was something else. I want you to look up the word loyalty real quick, and I know exactly how I want to look, so let me go to it. Okay, yeah. Type synonyms next to loyalty. Let's see what comes. Synonyms. Keep on scrolling down. Down. See more. Okay, go up. Take out the word definition and put synonyms next to loyalty. And Abby, thank you. All praises. Okay. Okay, Merriam-Webster. That's perfect. That's right there. I want you to read some of the synonyms to loyalty. The one I was talking about, which I don't see here, is the word honesty. So leave this, give me another tab. You can stay right, don't lose this tab, just open up another tab. I know I'm asking for a lot right now, but there's some words in there. Just put, okay, I don't know how we got honesty there, but okay. Put loyalty and then put the word honesty next to loyalty. Let's see what comes up. Loyalty, honesty. Let's see what comes up. Just click that. Let's see. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, is loyalty the same as honesty? Let's see. Go back up. Read that for me. Who's reading? Go ahead, read up. Yeah, officer.
What is the meaning of loyal honesty? Is loyal the same as honesty? Although there's a strong relationship between these two values, there's also a distinct difference between loyalty and honest. Loyalty is a strong feeling of allegiance or support to someone or something, whereas honesty is as the fairness and straightforwardness of conduct.
Okay, can I say something? That's retarded because you can never be loyal unless you're honest. It makes sense to me. That's who is this guy who wrote this from LinkedIn? Okay, we're going to go into scriptures and we're going to begin to touch these points. Let's go to the book of Exodus chapter 20. It's something we always read. Man, it's so good. It's good to be back in Austin. I really miss you all, guys. I really do. You know, and it's good to see everything is running smoothly here for the most part. I know I'm not here very often, but when I do come back, you know, there's like a tug on my heart. I wasn't being honest. I'm being funny. Don't listen to me, guys. Oh, man, I'm being funny. Okay, Exodus 20, verse 3.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
What is God saying there, one word? He wants you to be loyal to him. He said, thou shalt have, let me tell you something. The 10 Commandments, I'm not going to go through it because it would take the class. Okay, watch this. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. The 10 Commandments is all about loyalty to someone, to the Lord. God said, I chose you, so don't have no. You understand God is loyal to us? God has been loyal to us from the beginning. He chose us. God has killed nations for us. He's killed babies for us. He has delivered us. He's been loyal to us over and over again. And it's a simple thing he asks is that we be loyal to him. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. I think it's a fair trade-off. We've been disloyal to the Lord. And being disloyal, I want you to show me again the thumbnail. You stay with. What's the thumbnail again? It says loyalty is a looking glass into one's character. We're going to touch upon that character in man and woman, in human. God said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So now if we put something, we know there's a lot of examples of other gods, meaning, first off, white Jesus, whoever that charlatan is, and whatever thing you put above the commandments of God is where your loyalty lies. If it's money, you're going to break the Sabbath. If it's women, you're going to break God's laws concerning fornication. Whatever it is becomes your God. And God is saying, I've given you everything. I've been good to you. Oh, damn it, where's my give back? All I'm asking for is put nothing before me. Now I'm asking you married men, don't you want that in your life with a wife? That she don't put nothing before you? I want your undivided attention focused on me. I'm your husband, I'm your Lord, I'm your provider, I'm your protection, I'm your everything that God has given you on earth. Why is your attention distracted on something else? You're a disloyal person. Well, then how can you pour loyalty into a person that's disloyal? You're a simp. Okay, I wasn't going to go with this clip right away, but this clip right here, yo, real talk, Judah, man, come on, man. I'm telling you something. Listen, you all need some real, everyone, you better open a podcast for Judah, because Judah, y'all are hurting. I'm saying this is Judah, but the nigga looked Benjamin. I'm just going to tell you. He looked Benjamin to me. But I just say Judah anyway because you can't prove it, and I got the mic. All right, so let's go with it. Watch this simp. Lord Jesus.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
No, that's stop. The other one. The other one first. Watch this. He just looked Benjamin. But I know in my mind, I'm telling you, something wrong with my mind because I'm like, he just doing it for a green card. That's how I think because I can't imagine Benjamin doing it. But let's go. Play it.
sickness
in sickness
and in health,
and in health,
to love,
cherish,
and to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
Yo,
sickness?
what is wrong with these long foot Negro? I would have walked up out of there but first of all, I wouldn't have been there because I'd have been she ain't a loyal woman. She straight up like, pfft. And she said, and then the pastor, Reverend Simplelot, he ain't no different because he said, we spoke about this, said, yeah, we could move on. My mind is not wired like that. I can't believe it. And then he's going to commit into a contract with a woman that says she will not obey him. She is not loyal to him. Now go to the next clip. And we're going to play this clip again later on in class. I just had to start off with this off the top. Disloyal, damn. Snaggle too. Let's go ahead. I don't care how good, stop. I don't care how good looking you are. I could not look in the mirror and look at myself and see myself as a man to tolerate that. I'd rather be alone. I'm telling you. Don't want to be, but just for my mental health, I would have to be alone. Because I would have to become a shadow of what God created me to be, a man. Ain't that much love for no woman. I'm telling you, y'all can fall off the side of the world. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No way. And God know I ain't lying. I'm not doing that. I'm talking to myself right now because it's irritating me. Show me her picture. Listen to this.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
For poorer.
For poor.
For poorer.
For poorer.
Clown.
Yeah. We hit that snag about
stop.
in counseling.
Who said that? You know you's a prophet. Because when I looked, I didn't have my glass on. It was small. Now I'm looking. That dude, he looked like he from Port-au-Prince. That looked like a Levite right there. Yeah, good. We gonna put a Levi. That's right. So that's you, Levi. And Francois, Saint John, Saint Jean. Good.
Get some balls, brother. What the hell is wrong with you?
Man, please. His balls is tucked in. He got ovaries. He ain't got no balls, man. But let's go back. Please.
Bria made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke.
She said she make it clear.
She
said make it clear you can't be broke. So if you come across hard times, she's out. That is not a loyal person, man. But what strikes me is, I know they don't know the laws of God, but damn, you don't know the simple thing about the law of manhood? Like, how do you lay down? I couldn't lay in the bed with my shirt off and act like a man and ladies like, yo, nah, dude. And if any of my sons like that, I will embarrass you. Oh, don't bring my grandchild. I'll tell you, daddy's a simp. Oh, God, like your daddy. Oh, your daddy's a simp. I would embarrass you. Oh, God, I can't take it. Okay, let's go back. We'll play the clip later on again. All right, loyalty towards God. So we read Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Give me Amos 3 and 2. A lot of these precepts are very basic precepts, but you're going to just try to bring them back and put a perspective on it. Amos 3 and 2.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2.
So before you read it, the Lord said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So, okay, God, we won't have no gods before you. Right? Read on.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Well, that's the reason why God said, don't have no other gods before me, because he said, you only have I known out of all the families of the earth. I'm loyal to you, Israel. So I'm telling you, I don't know nobody else. So I don't want you to know nothing else. That seems fair. That's how loyalty works. It's a two-way street. You only have I known out of all the families of the earth.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Now I got to punish you because you're disloyal to me. Part of loyalty is honesty, being fair. Give me the synonyms back to loyalty, the first one you had on it. Let's read some more synonyms. Look at these. Allegiance, devotions, fealty, adhesions, piety. The one I like is trustworthiness. Where's the other one that I like? Devotedness. All right? Reliability, firmness, consistent, faithful, faithfulness, fidelity. We're going to read about infidelity later on in the class. Committed. Now let's see the antonyms. Antonyms. Disloyal, treachery, inconsistent, falseness, unfaithfulness, separation, estrangement. All right, let's watch this. Let's go back. Give me the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verses 1 and 2.
Proverbs chapter 7, verse 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee.
Look what he says. Read on.
Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye.
Look what God said. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. He says, listen, if you are loyal to me, you will live. But here's the point I want. And my law, the apple of your eye. Now, if we keep, remember, loyalty is a two-way street. If we keep his law as the apple of our eye, what would God do for? What would we be to God? If his law is the apple of our eye, then, and if we're keeping it, what would we be to God?
Shalom, Bishop. Most High Christ bless. We'll be the apple of his eye.
There we go. It's a two-way street. We'll be the apple of his eye. Zechariah 2. Very good. Zechariah 2 and 8.
Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab. I'm sorry, that's Zephaniah.
I'm about to say.
Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
You understand that? God said, if my laws, which is important to me, is the apple of your eye, he said, listen, he that toucheth you, he says, he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. What do you think he's going to do? That's the trade-off. Loyal to me, I'm going to be loyal to you. I'm going to ride for you. Stand for me, I'm going to stand for you. This is equity. This is pureness. This is righteousness. This is right. So when you're disloyal to God, you'll never be loyal to another person. You'll never be honest to anybody else. It's a character flaw. And you have to stand back and look at yourself and say, am I sincerely loyal to God? Am I honest that I'm loyal to God? This is a look into your character. Some people are going to live a whole life and have a foul character and never change because they don't understand what it is to be loyal. They don't have that in them. It's a character flaw, and they have to live with that and die with it. But God said, if my laws are the apple of your eye, you are the apple of my eye. Go, give me Isaiah 56. Isaiah 56. Give me verse 2.
Isaiah.
And then, read 2.
Yes,
read from verse 1.
Yes, sir. Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Neither let the son of a stranger that have joined himself to the Lord speak, saying, the Lord hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree.
Read.
For thus saith the Lord unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant.
Now watch this. Okay, we're going to go back. So watch this. Oh, read on, verse 5.
Even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters. And I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
So watch this. Verse 2. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Any man that keeps his hand from doing evil, that keeps his hand from breaking my law, okay, he said, you're loyal to me. You're doing what I says. Now watch this. Verse 4.
For thus saith the Lord unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, and choose the things that please me,
and choose the things that please me, and choose the things that please me. Read on.
and take hold of my covenant.
Steadfast. Loyal. One of the characteristics of loyalty is steadfast, being steadfast. Read on.
Even unto them will I give in mine house.
Even unto them that are loyal to me, what?
Will I give in mine house, and within my walls a place and a name better than of sons and of daughters.
You understand what he just said? If you're loyal to me and my commandments, I'm going to be loyal to you. I'm going to give you a name better than sons and daughters. What's better than that? What's better than that? But you got to do the things that please him. Isn't that the same thing with relationship? And thy desire shall be unto your husband, and he shall rule over you. That means you are loyal to him. That was a problem with Eve. She wasn't loyal. She was not loyal. She said, I'm going to be equal to my man, because somebody came in the ear and told her that. And she was loyal. She listened to that spirit over the Lord and over a man. The blessing was, you know what? My man is a God on earth. And I reap all the benefits of going along with it. But no. She was disloyal to the Lord and to her man. And God had to come back and says, your desire or your loyalty is unto your man, and he shall rule over you. So when you have a wife that does not want to adhere to what you say in your house, she's disloyal. She's disloyal. That's no different if you don't do what's pleasing to God, because God said, if you do what's pleasing to me, he said, even unto them will I give in my house and within my walls a place and a name better than sons and daughters, and I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. That's the payment. I'm going to ride for you. I'm going to give you everything. But it's a two-way street with God. Everybody got that? Give me the book of Joshua, chapter 14. 14, verse 7.
Joshua chapter 14 and verse 7. 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to espy out the land. And I brought him word again as it was in mine heart. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed the Lord my God.
What did Joshua said? He says, 40 years was I this is 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to espy out the land. And I brought him word again as was in my heart. I was loyal to what I was told to do. I went and spied out and did. Now look what it says. Verse 8. Now read that.
Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed the Lord my God.
Those other brothers were weak. Their heart melted. But he says, but I wholly followed the instruction of the Lord. He told me, listen to what Moses said. I did what I was loyal. But now watch this. Because he did that, read on.
Verse 9, and Moses sware on that day, saying, surely the land whereon thy feet have trodden shall be thine inheritance, and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed the Lord my God.
That's the trade-off. He says, listen, surely, because of your loyalty to adhere what God said, surely everywhere your feet have trodden on shall be thy inheritance and thy children's forever. Why? Because thou hast wholly followed the Lord my God. This is very elementary. Because of your loyalty, this is the trade-off. It's a two-way street. So now when you look at yourself in that day, like Paul, when he said, I fought a good fight. Give me that real quick, Timothy. Was it 4?
2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 7.
Read. Yeah, whatever you start at. I'm not looking yet.
Verse 6. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand.
Read.
I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Okay, go back to the synonyms with loyalty. What? I've kept the what?
I have kept the faith.
What is one of the synonyms to loyalty? Faith. One, like I see it? Okay, good. One of the synonyms to loyalty is faith. So when he says, read that again now.
I have fought the good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
I have kept my loyalty. I've been loyal to what you told me to do, God. I have not deviated. I'm steadfast. I am devoted. Now, I'm getting back to give me back that screen. I lost my. Let's give me a paper towel again. I've kept the faith. I've been loyal. I've been dependable. My resolution is firmness. I'm reliable. Steadfastness. I've been committed. I've been my devotion, my allegiance. And because of that, read on.
Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
That's the payment for loyalty. That's the blessing of it. So loyalty doesn't come for free or you don't do it for nothing. He says, henceforth there's a crown laying up for me. Read on.
Which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Right. Not to him also, but for all that follow the same thing and is loyal. Remember, loyalty to God, God expects from us certain things. And all those examples that we read is what he's expected us to be, adhere to what he says to do. And it's a two-way street. It comes back to us. Drop that now. Give me St. John's chapter 15. Verse 16.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain.
He says, behold, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you shall bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. He's telling you, I chose you. You didn't choose me. But now I'm telling you, if you do what I say, you can ask the Father. Be loyal. Ask the Father, and I will give you. Ask the Father, he said he will give you. But if you forsake God, what is he going to do? if you're disloyal to God, what is he going to do? Be disloyal to you. 2 Chronicles. So all of us, we have to ask ourselves, are we sincere? Are we really loyal to God? Can we look in the mirror and look at ourselves and say, I'm loyal, without being disillusioned or lying to oneself? Am I really loyal to what God is saying? That's a question each man have to ask himself. But guess what? Your level of loyalty is a direct correlation to the character man you are, or women you are, your level of loyalty. Sometimes people are loyal because of advantage, what they think they can get from a person or how they can use a person, opposed to only caring. And if that's how you are, it shows you your character of who you are. You're a slimy person, and then God is going to judge you. It just is what it is. But you have to answer that for yourself. Watch this. Go to, what I asked for, 2 Chronicles 15, start with verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 15 and verse 1. And the Spirit of God came upon Azariah the son of Oded. And he went out to meet Asa and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you.
The Lord is what?
The Lord is with you.
The Lord said, I'm with you.
While ye be with him.
While you be with him, he's with you.
And if ye seek him, he will be found of you.
And if you seek him, he will be found of you.
But if ye forsake him,
but if you forsake God,
he will forsake you.
You be disloyal and see what God going to do. But as long as you loyal to him, he's loyal to you. But if you forsake him, your life will start falling apart on you. And sometimes people cannot see the forest through the trees. You have to ask yourself sometime, why is everything going in a certain direction? You have to be honest about it. Like I was telling you before, when I said earlier, when I spoke to the brother, he was telling me that story, I'm like, brother who's doing that don't even realize. His whole world is crashing around him, and he can't realize that he's causing it on his own self. Everybody know, oh, no, he's full of crap. Oh, yeah, okay, he's full of it. Like, and it's like, no. Character is a character flaw. It's a character flaw that you have to be able to identify in yourself and fix it. Proverbs 8 and 7. But God said, I'm with you. But you forsake me, you're on your own, partner. You're going to figure this out on your own.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 7. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips.
What I asked for?
Proverbs 8, verse 7.
No, 17. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me.
Same thing. He said, I'll forsake you, you forsake me, and I love them that love me. Simple. He says, and those that seek me early shall find me. You want to find out how is to love God? How does to be loyal to him? What does it take? He said it's easy to find out. Just read. Do and I will do for you. Read on.
Verse 18. Riches and honor are with me.
He said, you do right by me. Riches and honors with me. If you love me, I'm going to love you. You seek me. Riches, he's telling you, riches and honor with me. So again, he's telling you this what comes along. Remember he told Joshua, he said, because you did what I tell you to do, anywhere where you put your feet will be yours. He says, I love them that love me. And if you love me, what did he say? Riches and honors are with me. Read on.
Yea, durable riches and righteousness.
Now, these durable riches and righteousness, because somebody has a mind of thinking it's referring to riches now. And not that God can't make some of us wealthy, but that's not what it's talking about. We're talking about durable riches. Durable riches mean it will withstand the test of time. His riches are the riches of the kingdom. Those are the real riches, because this earthly riches don't really matter. You can get rich right now, become a billionaire. You ain't really rich. You can have $1 billion, but when I say you're not rich, meaning one individual having money does not really constitute wealth. Wealth is when a nation of people that look like you got all, everybody, you walk out your front door, hey, Shalom, you get $1 billion, you got to live around Esau because you can't stay in the hood. So you got this peck of wood over, can I say that line? You got this peck of wood over here, right there, over there next door, and you like to barbecue. You can't enjoy yourself. Right. That's not living. You got a $1 million house and got to turn your music down because they call the police on you. What's it called when you pay community tax? What's it called again? In the neighborhoods, you know what it's called? HOA. You can't paint your house a color because Judah like to. No, not Judah. Take that back. Levi. I'm always taking a shot at Judah. Levi, them odd colors. They got a 7,000 square foot house, and it be fuchsia or some stuff. They come out with shorts and white socks on, hard bottom shoes. I'm so petty, man. I gotta stop that. We love you, Levi. Okay, let's move on. Your loyalty will be tested. And we always explain too, it will be rewarded, but your loyalty will be tested. That's the only way you really know who's loyal. That's all you know is by testing that loyalty to see. Job 1. I want 1 verse 7 through 12.
Job chapter 1 and verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man?
He called him what?
A perfect and upright man.
He called him a perfect and upright man. Read on.
And one that feareth God and escheweth evil.
And he said, this man Job is loyal to me. Read on.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Hast thou not?
Is Job fear God for no reason? No. In other words, he's saying, God, Job's only loyal to you because of what you're going to do for him. That's the reason Job is loyal to you. God said, we're going to find out if that's the only reason why, or do he love me? You know what? I'm going to stop there. We're going to finish this, but I want to say something first. That's going back to that video with that woman when he said, and richer and poor. And when he said poor, she was like, well, I don't know about that. Like, poor, like, I don't know. So she ain't ready to ride with you there. Now, I'm going to tell you, brothers who's married and you had a wife that came up with you on the hard side and still stuck with you, better not let her go. You get a little money, do not let her go. I'm telling you, for some brand new stuff, because they only want you for your dough. You better stick with the one who came up with you, and she rode with you. But if you do got a wife and you come across hard times and she ain't solid with you, 10 toes down, you better, David Blaine, see me now, disappear. Yeah, listen, is Job for naught? That must. I'm laughing because I'm like, brothers get these women sometime, and as soon as a little hard time come, she's shaky. Her love for you is attached with $. Man, you all better just take it easy, especially young generation with these women, because they want, well, yeah, all you want, but they want instant gratification. They want money yesterday. Just glad I'm married. I ain't young with y'all, because this young generation, y'all messed up in the head. You don't even know if you married a woman.
Damn.
You don't even know. Just go ahead and read. Insult to injury. Read on.
Verse 10. Hast not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side.
Yes, God did that. Why? Because Job was a perfect man. He was loyal. Read on.
Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
That's the same thing he told Joshua, where he put your feet, because he's loyal. Read on.
But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
He said, yeah, Lord, but if you take everything from Job, Job ain't going to be loyal to you. Remember, I told you, loyalty going to be tested. You're going to find out who's loyal to you. Some people just a friend for convenience. Some people only care because of what you have. The minute that stops, then all of a sudden they don't want to deal with you. They don't got no time for you. They don't have no concern. God's going to judge people like that. This is blessed are when men shall despitefully use you. Some people's just niggas. I'm telling you, people are. They're not really loyal. You give me that one. A man shall be known in adversity, Sirach. You can never, you can never tell a friend in prosperity. You can never know a friend if what you're doing is spending and giving, because everybody gonna take. Dude, take you till you're broke.
Yeah. Sirach chapter 6.
Oh, you said Proverbs? Let me hear what you got in Proverbs 17:17.
Check. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
That's a good one, but this is what I'm looking for.
Sirach chapter 6 and verse 10.
Read.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Some friends are a companion at the table and will what?
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
And will not continue in the day when you're going through. Read on.
But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself.
But when you got money, he's just like you. Everybody got sweet words, and they like this. Read on.
And will be bold over thy servants.
Read on.
If thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
But if you brought low, he gonna turn against you.
And will hide himself from thy face.
And then now you in need, and he ain't nowhere to be found. How many of you I've experienced that before. I've seen people like that. I say, as soon as you don't got, they don't know you. As soon as you tell somebody no, now they got a problem with you. Now you the bad guy. And bro, I don't have it. Sometimes it's good just to say no to see how people react. I'm telling you. They wasn't loyal. They was loyal to your pocket. That's what they was loyal. This pocket light, they don't know you. They don't want nothing to do with you. They're not going to be there with your adversity. You'll never know a friend in prosperity. You got to be giving, and think you're making friends. No, you're not. You're not making friends. You're not finding them. All right, is there more behind that? No. Drop. Oh, no, what's this? Oh, that's it. Oh, no, I don't want to go. Oh, no. Verse 14.
Verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense.
That word faithful goes back to loyal. A loyal friend is a strong defense. Read on.
And he that hath found such an one hath found a treasure.
If you could find a loyal friend, you find a treasure, because they're very rare to find people that are loyal, that's going to ride with you for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, in good times and bad times. All friendship needs and all loyalty needs to be tested to see what they're about. And once they show you what they're about, take a picture. Don't lie to yourself. Air 2018. Thank you. Go back to Job.
Job chapter 1 and verse 11. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. Mm-hmm. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
So God said, listen, all right, you think he only loyal to me because of what I've done for him, even though I've done all the things for him because he was loyal? But that's the only reason why he did it? You don't think he really loved me? You don't really think he's devoted to me? He said, okay, take all those material things. I want to tell you something, because material things is not true wealth. Material things will give you things that you want, but it won't keep it. Wisdom will keep the things that you need. Listen, material things means nothing. Health, listen up, listen. Material things mean nothing. Health means some things. Character means everything. You lose your character, you lost everything. Because your character or your name will outlive you. Y'all understand that? Okay then. So thou sayest. Remember that. What you have don't mean nothing. Your health means a little bit, but your character is everything. And when you got to look in that looking glass of life, loyalty will be determined or will show your character of who you are, or who any one of us are. All right, so he said that, right? Go to Job 8, verse 20.
Book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 20. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers.
Remember, we were back in Job. Hold that and read Job 1, verse 8.
Job chapter 1 and verse 8.
And then we're going to go right back to 8 and 20.
And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man?
Go back to Job 8 and 20.
Job 8 and 20. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man.
So even though the Lord was going to try his loyalty, he was never going to cast him away. He was just going to see, yo, I want to find out, is this guy really riding with me? Now, I know those who's been in my classes before, especially here in Austin, heard me say it before. You see certain characteristics in people that, and I always attribute to camp. When you see characteristics in people, certain place, no, they ain't gonna ride for you in camp. I'm telling you, things pop off. I'm telling you, people, they will catch flight. They will not watch your back. I'm telling you. When things hit the fan, if people got character flaws about the way they deal, they're not. Give me those synonyms again. They're not honest. If they're not honest, show me those. They're not honest, right? They're not trustworthy. These people will leave you high and dry. All that eyes up and Christ, don't fall for that stuff. Soon things get shaky, I'm telling you something, that loyalty will end. It's only in good time. Y'all understand? I'm talking about the men that go to camp. You understand that? Do not be disillusioned. Not everybody gonna ride. You turn around, they be gone. That's why the person that stands behind me watching my back is the person I always wonder about. Because in front of me I can see, but behind me you're blinded and you're expecting. That's why I just like Jesus behind me and a brick wall. Because a dude will walk away and leave you straight like, I'm telling you, they'll see. Another story, but this was in front of, we was in Orlando many years ago, and the IBO was teaching or something was happening in front of a building. And the brother that was with IBO saw the problem coming, but IBO was distracted doing whatever he was doing, talking to the guy. And all he had to do was just tap IBO and say, yo, like eyes up, like pay attention. He walked away, walked in the building, and it was a big glass door. So IBO's telling me the story. He said the dude walked right up on him, and by the time IBO noticed, the dude's right in front of him. He looked at the guys behind the door like this and left them. I said, oh my goodness. No, not me. Nah, no cap. No, you ain't going nowhere with me. No. You didn't have to. All you had to do was like, yo, come on. You're like, watch out. He left him. You know where that dude is right now? Gone. You all know what happened to him? Last I heard from his mouth, I don't make this is the person who I'm talking about told me he was sleeping on his couch while his ex-wife was in bed with another man in his apartment. It was his apartment, his bed, and the dude was mining. He was mining for Bitcoin while he was sleeping on a couch. And he had a walker, and he was young. I'm telling you, yeah. Dude was mining for Bitcoin. Okay, so he told Job 8:20, he said what?
Job chapter 8, verse 20. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man.
So God wasn't going to cast away Job, but he's going to try him. Try his loyalty. See if he's for real. Read on. Jump to Job 27. I'm going to get through this real quick. Job 27. Job 27, verse 2.
Job chapter 27, verse 2. As God liveth, who hath taken away my judgment? And the Almighty, who hath vexed my soul?
Read on.
All the while, my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils.
While I'm going through this and I'm low, all the while, he said what? My breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. Read on.
My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit.
Even while I'm going through this, I'm not going to come out the Spirit. I'm gonna be in a lower state, but I'm not going to change. I'm loyal. Give me those words again up there. Okay, the word, I'm steadfast. I got consistency. I'm firm. I'm reliable. Nah, remember Job's wife told him, curse God and die? Listen, shut your black lips. Okay, I ain't gonna make this about the women. That's why I don't be listening to these. I don't listen to don't we listen to these women, man. Him, but don't listen. Say, here's her bright idea. Just curse God and die. He's serious. That needs to be one of those Matthew's 2:13 movies about her. Curse God and die. What? Crazy. He said what? Verse
4. I'm sorry, verse 5.
Verse
God,
4.
My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit.
You know?
God forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove mine integrity from me.
It says, till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me. I will stay loyal. I will not change till I die. That's the spirit right there where you endure. Yeah, go ahead, sir, and curse him. He said he's going to curse you, God. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, have you. Just don't kill him, because God's not going to forsake the perfect man. But go ahead, you put him through it. He said, well, I'm never going to justify. He said, I'm never going to, lost my place, remove my integrity from me. Read on.
My righteousness I hold fast.
My righteousness, I'm steadfast, I hold fast.
And will not let it go.
I will not let it go.
My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live.
As long as I live, my heart will never change from being loyal. He said, no, I will not change that. That's loyalty. That's integrity. Now imagine Job looking into looking glass as his character. He could say, Lord, you can examine me. I'm good. I'm doing. I'm not going nowhere. I don't care what I'm getting put through. I'm not. When I'm changed to law state, I'm staying firm. Because true loyalty must be tested. And when that test comes and that person falter, don't be a fool and try to make yourself believe what ain't there. Don't do that. It's just their character flaw. Now, you could be a fool if you want to, and then get pinched twice. But it says what? The last part?
And my heart shall not reproach me so long as I live.
Jump to Job 42. So Job wasn't moving. Job 42, verse 12.
Job chapter 42 and verse 12. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning.
So what?
The Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning.
The Lord said, listen to me, it's a two-way street. You loyal to me, I'm going to be loyal to you. But look, the point I like in it, he said he blessed the latter end. The latter end of his life, he made it easy for him. I think that's cool. You know why? Because God said it was cool. But no, it's cool because towards the latter end of his life, life eased up on him a little bit. He didn't go to his grave in turmoil. God said, man, I put you through it. I took everything from you. I took all your children. I took all your wealth. I made you down. Look, Satan, he still stayed loyal. He still stayed loyal, Satan. And in the latter end of his life, God blessed him. Read on.
For he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels.
I lost my place. We was 42 and what?
12, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning.
More than the beginning of his life. Read on.
For he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters.
He had more children. Read on.
And he called the name of the first Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Keren-happuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them an inheritance among their brethren.
That's how much he had. He had more than before that. He had enough to leave inheritance for his daughter. Now remember, Job was well off before that. But God said, because of loyalty, here's more. Read on.
After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations.
Look, it says, after this lived Job 140 years, and he was able to see his son, his son's sons, even 4 generations. He allowed him to see because of his loyalty. Read on.
Verse 17, so Job died, being old and full of days.
And he had a good life in his latter years because of his loyalty. God is not an unjust judge. He's fair. Love me, I love you. Forsake me, I'm going to jam you up. I'm going to try you to see if you're really loyal. I want to find out what I'm really working with. Look, Satan, he rode. That's who we want to be. We want to be to look at our life. I'm in my mind envisioning Job in his twilight years coming to the end and knowing full well that he stood firm and he never faltered. That got to be a good feeling. That has to be great. You know, at that point when you see, you coming to your end, you're like, I'm ready to die. It's cool if I go because I'm good with God. Opposed to dying and knowing I'm still full of crap. So I said, some people, I'm telling you, they be BSing. They full of crap. They full of it. And they know they full of it. They know they're not loyal people. They know they're not honest people. And they're not even trying to be that. 4 different people, 4 different stories. Same conversation with 4 different people, 4 different stories. And don't know all 4 people's talking. They all different parts of the world, and they all happen to talk about the same one person. And they're, oh God, here we go. This guy, please. You see, they like, never be loyal. Never be loyal. Ruth. Ruth 2 and 10.
The book of Ruth. You said 1:10.
No, 2:10.
Chapter 2 and verse 10. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground.
Look what it says. Then this is, well, if you know about the history of Ruth, well, I don't want to go too long. Okay, read on.
Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said unto him, why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger?
Okay, read on. She's talking to Boaz. Read on.
Boaz answered and said unto her, it hath fully been showed of me, all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother, and the land of thy nativity, and art come unto a people which thou knewest not heretofore.
So Ruth was married to an Israelite, and he died, I believe in the harvest, right? He had a heat stroke, something like that. Anyway, she still stayed loyal to his mother. So Boaz is family to this woman, and she was letting her go. And And he said to, listen, I see how you was loyal to your mother-in-law. Lost my place. Unto thy mother-in-law, since the death of thy husband, and how thou hast left thy father and mother and the land of thy nativity, of your birth, and are come unto a people which thou knowest not thereof. And you came all the way back to a people that you don't know. That's how loyal she was to her mother-in-law, even after the death of her husband. Read on.
Verse 12. The Lord recompense thy work.
So the Lord saw your loyalty, and the Lord did what?
Recompense thy work.
Read on.
And a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel.
God gave you a full reward for being loyal. Read on.
Under whose wing thou art come to trust.
You've come to apply these laws of God. And God have seen your loyalty. So in the end, God have recompensed you. Recompense. He's paying you a full reward for being loyal. Everybody understand it? And this was to a heathen. So again, I said, the word loyalty goes hand in hand with honesty. Honesty goes hand in hand with loyalty. Watch this, 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Before you read, let me get there with you. I need to look at something real quick.
So they're rejoicing over our dead bodies. Now the Spirit of life from God, that's that Holy Ghost that Christ spoke about. That's that Comforter Christ spoke about. Now the Spirit of the Lord is entering into us. Now we are waking up to the truth. We're not niggas and spicks. We're not Indians and Indians and savages and Mexicans. We're the 12 tribes of Israel.
And they stood upon their feet.
We're standing now. We're standing now. We're standing now.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
And great fear fell upon them that saw them. You know what that fear includes? Hatred.
You are now flying.
Verse. Bear with me, everybody. 49.
2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 49. Like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity.
Stop. Like a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. What would make a woman a whore in this regard? Okay. So they hand him a mic that doesn't work. Here we go.
Check. All praises. Shalom, Bishop. Officer Gatline.
Shalom.
Christ
Also.
bless. Disloyalty.
Disloyalty. That's what makes you a whore. She's a disloyal whore. She hates a honest. Another word for honest is a loyal woman. Now watch this. I read that for a reason. Go to the book of Sirach 26. Verse 24.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame.
A dishonest, a disloyal woman contenteth shame. Read on.
But an honest woman
But a loyal woman,
will reverence her husband.
she will what?
Reverence her husband.
She will, what's another word for reverence? Anybody know? Give me a definition of reverence, please. Look up the word reverence. Oh, you got it? Okay. Hold on. Well, you can read it from the screen so the whole world can see what you're reading.
Oh, yes, sir. Understood.
Let's go. Reverence. Let's go.
So reverence is deep respect for someone or something.
It says deep respect. Drop that arrow down. Okay. Admiration, favor, recognition, homage, adorn, adoration, I should say, honor, love, praise. So reverence. So when it says, don't leave that screen just like that. Now read that verse again for me, officer.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband.
She will love her husband. She will worship her husband. That's what a loyal woman would do. She will what? Worship her husband. See, women hear that today and like, well, I don't worship. Yeah. I don't worship them, but Jesus, I'm that man. Shut your black lips. I'm so sick and tired of black women with her black lips. Just keep quiet, man. I'm so sick and tired. Okay, I don't want to change the class, but I got to say this because the scripture irritates me. The black women, you better devalue them. I'm telling you something. They're not that important. Listen, Ambo, they're not that important. Not in the grand scheme of eternal life is what I'm talking about. Now, we love you. If you love God, we need you to give us some babies so we can raise children and bring back a nation. But the grand scheme of bringing about the kingdom, our job is to raise 144,000 men. Seal that number. That's what God calls us to do, not sealed women. Righteous women, loyal women are going to follow. Y'all Judites, and I'm stopped. Let me stop. Just all the 12. Okay, let me stop that. All 12. Stop. When I say devalued, I don't say they don't have no value. Don't give them that much value. You be attaching value to their vagina. They're not that important. I'm telling you something. Get your balls under subjection. And stop. That's how they got you. They got you right between their knees, and you be freaking doing the dumbest stuff. They're not that important, man. You understand that? I'm telling you something. You're not that important. Oh, you understand that? Now, I can't hear you. Okay. Telling you something. And then we put everything back in order, and we be good. Gucci. But we ain't talking about you ladies, because you ladies understand that. I get that. You ladies understand that. We talking about them black sisters in the world. Tag a big mouth. I saw a video. Who was it said today? I got to save these clips. I forgot it, man. But it was the black woman again with her black lips saying the dumb stuff. It's like there's a. Okay, I'm back on it again. I'm leaving from this class. It's like a generation, this just generation of young men. You guys are flipping weak. Y'all weak as hell. I mean, just all you got to do is look good and take a couple pictures on TikTok, and you guys be selling your soul for them. Can't cook a lick, can't cook, can't clean, can't sew, got nothing to offer but just look. And y'all would give up everything. She just told you she will not obey you. I just want to be right behind with a sledgehammer and crack him right in the back of the head. I'm just figurative, not literally. I just don't understand that. I don't understand it. Any of you men like that? Ooh, if you want to stay away from me, you're like COVID. Stay away from me. Just make me skin. Why did I say that for? Because I'm frustrated. That's why I said it. 26, 24. Bring me back.
Sirach, chapter 26, verse 24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman.
A disloyal woman, a dishonest woman contenteth shame. Read on.
But an honest woman will reverence her husband.
So we know this talking about this is about marriage right here. That's why I read that back in Second Ezra.
Right.
It says, but a honest woman will what?
Reverence her husband.
She will worship her husband. There's no shame in worshiping this man, showing your loyalty to him. And men, in return, you have to be loyal to her. It ain't a one-way street. Because now I'm going to give you men, because you have some men out here that would have a good woman at home and will not be loyal to her. And go out there and go deal with a tramp. I said this before, there's men, I hope not in here, Lord, please, that will take their hard-earned money and go to a strip club and pay a woman to take off her bra. You can go home and pay your wife to take her. You know what? You don't even got to pay. Well, you're still paying because it ain't free. It's always going to cost somehow. But the point is, you best give her the $1 because you could just take out her wallet later. You don't understand that? I should have had my wife tens, and then when she forced her to take out the wallet, come on, man. Y'all be giving me money. Get some sweaty breasts with a big tattoo of gun, a 357 on her breast. You give him, oh, you nasty. Oh, God. Coming to the stage. I'll be spending your money right there. 26 and 1.
Sirach.
Yeah, say right there, 26 and 1.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled.
Read.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
She will rejoice her husband. Read on.
And he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
Man, he will fulfill his life in peace if he got a virtuous woman, if he have an honest woman, if he got a loyal woman. But read on.
A good wife is a good portion.
A good wife is a good portion. Read on.
Which shall be given in a portion of them that fear the Lord.
If you're loyal to God, God is going to give you a loyal woman, man. God said, I'm going to send a loyal one to you. But if you disloyal, God said, I got somebody for you. I got somebody that's going to rock your world and turn yourself upside down. You can never trust her. Her phone beep, you wonder why she beeping for. She going to store for Pampers, you clocking her. You put her top, you like this. You put let me tell you, that's another thing. How do you live, I'm telling you, for you men who can't trust your wife for nothing, how do you live a life where you always got to be trying to check her messages, or you got to put a stopwatch on how long she's going? I see you just getting Pampers. It took you 32 minutes. You know, you clocking, you like, well, if you drive from here and stop the lights and you're taking time to somebody, who lives a life like that? I wouldn't want to be married if I got to do that. That's not living. You always wondering. Read on.
Verse 4. Whether a man be rich
Whether
or
what?
Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
Because God, whether he have money or not, guess what? We're talking about a virtuous wife. God going to give him the right woman. He's going to be the one that's going to come up with him. That if he poor or rich, she's still loyal. She's still there with you. But if you ain't loyal to God, God going to make sure he don't give you no woman that's loyal to you. If you went about dealing with God wrong, God going to give you the wrong kind of woman. Just right for you, buddy. And then when you go across a hard time, then she's like, oh, I need more. I want more. Why can't we have? Why does so-and-so have? Why does she have? Boy, I will David Blaine your black backside so quick. All 250 pounds would disappear. I'd be gone. Ghost. Why? Why? Good for you. That's what you got. Good for you. Whether it be rich. Now give me that sister right there on who got married and talking about poor and she got kind of shaky. See me, I'm not a person that likes uncomfortable situations. But if I am one, I'm fully going to live it out. I would walk out that church. I'm telling you how I am. I'm telling you, there's something I would want to say, but I know it's not the right thing to say right now on the mic. But I'm telling you, I would show out. I will walk out. I don't care what your daddy's spending the rest. I'll stick my hand dead in the middle of that cake, took me a mouthful, throw the rest on the floor, and I'll be up out of this piece. Okay. And I'll put it in your hair just to mess up your hairdo because you spent money on it. I'm out of here. I would wreck the wedding. I would show out. I would show out. I'll just tell you, yo, turn on what's the thing on Facebook when you Facebook Live? Turn Facebook Live. Watch me show out. I'm telling you. Listen, look, watch.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
For poorer.
For poor.
For poorer.
For poorer.
You couldn't do that to me.
Yeah. Beta. We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Bria made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke. And in health.
And in health.
To love.
To love.
Wow.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And to obey.
Wow. And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
We are broken people, man. We are broken people. That's so sad to hear that and see it and see him stand through that. Could not be me. Could not be me. Read that verse again, verse 4.
Sirach 26 and verse 4. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance.
He'll always be good because, she loyal. She riding with me. We go through a little hard time right now. That's why I said you men better be loyal to the woman that ride with you when you didn't have nothing. And now you got a little something, you trying to shine a little bit, and some little heifer start paying you attention. You stupid. You disloyal, despicable, dishonest man if you move like that with her. Now, since I get on you, but I understand there's some men out there, some niggas ain't right. They are not right. Now you got a little bit and you looking for something else. You forgot who was with you, who rode with you when you'd have nothing. You better stay loyal. Stay loyal. But whether you be rich or poor, you're going to be all right if you loyal to God because he's going to send you the kind of right woman. Watch this. Go to Tobit. I know you ladies think I was getting on y'all about something, but I try to be fair. I know some. But you ladies, real talk, you know that was some BS right there, right, ladies? I know none of you got that kind of mind, right? Okay, 4 you don't have that mind. The rest of you do. Okay, I guess. For the 4 that don't have that mind, I hear you. Yeah. Only 4 standing. Tobit 1:13. I'm sorry, how do you do that? How do you stand there and get humiliated and feel like a man? I don't get that. That just drives me. I could not stand there. I would die standing there. I would have a stroke, an aneurysm, and a heart attack at the same time. I'm telling you. If I just stood there and let you just play me like that in front of everybody. Nah, I'd rather be alone. I'm sorry. Okay, we're not going to talk about that no more. 1:13. Tobit, what acts for? 1 and 3. 1 and 3.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 3. I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice.
I've always been loyal. Read on.
And I did many alms deeds to my brethren and my nation who came with me to Nineveh into the land of the Assyrians.
Read on.
And when I was in mine own country in the land of Israel, being but young, all of the tribe of Naphtali, my father fell from the house of Jerusalem, which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, that all the tribes should sacrifice there, where the temple of the habitation of the Most High was consecrated and built for all ages. Now all the tribes which were together revolted, and the house of my father Naphtali sacrificed unto the heifer Baal. But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast.
But it didn't matter because I was loyal. Everybody fell off, but he said, nah, I'm staying loyal. I'm not doing that. I'm not going off because I'm loyal to God. And if you loyal to God, God going to be loyal to you. He said, I alone, what?
But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feast, and it was ordained unto all the people of Israel by an everlasting decree, having the first fruits and the tenths of increase, which was first shorn.
Right. And he said, because that was a law that you had to bring your increase of the land. God made it a law. He said, I'm going to keep God's command. I'm going to be faithful to God. He told me I have to do this. I don't care what everybody's doing. I am going to stay loyal to God. Okay, read on.
And then gave I at the altar to the priests of the children of Aaron. The first 10th part of all increase I gave to the sons of Aaron who ministered at Jerusalem. Another 10th part I sold away and went and spent it every year at Jerusalem.
Verse 10.
Verse 10. And when we were carried away captive.
And when we went to captivity. So all this time I was loyal to God. But then we as a people went to captivity. Now he's being changed to a lower state. I went to captivity. Somebody came and grabbed us up in chains. My loyalty is going to be tried now. Read on.
When we were carried away captive to Nineveh, all my brethren and those that were of my kindred did eat of the bread of the Gentiles. But I kept myself from eating.
He said, I wouldn't eat that food that was sacrificed to idols. I stayed loyal. He said, we down and out. I had things, I was giving my 10th part. That means my land was producing. But, when the whole family went away, I still came and brought my offerings. I was loyal. Now we went to captivity, and everybody was eating of the sacrifice. No one was sacrificed to idols, but I was staying loyal to God. I'm not doing that. I'm showing that I love God. Read on.
Because I remembered God with all my heart.
Because I remembered God. I was loyal to God with all my heart. Read on.
And the Most High gave me grace.
And what?
The Most High gave me grace.
For why? Because I was loyal to him. The Most High gave me grace.
And favor before Enemeneser, so that I was his purveyor.
You know what it means? His purveyor? Because of his loyalty, even in his lower state, God made him a purveyor for Enemeneser. And purveyor means he was the one that bought Enemeneser's food, his meat. So guess what? Let's look up the word purveyor so people see it for themselves. I believe that's what it says. I know that's what it is. I just haven't done. Huh? A buyer, right? That's a purveyor, buyer. You got it? Let's move on. Read Thurston again.
Verse 13. And the Most High gave me grace and favor before Enemeneser, so that I was his purveyor. And I went into Media and left in trust with Gabriel, and the brother of Gabrius, at Rages, a city of Media, 10 talents of silver. No. Now when Enemeneser was dead, Sennacherib his son reigned in his stead, whose estate was troubled, that I could not go into Media. And in the time of Enemeneser, I gave many alms to my brethren, and gave my bread to the hungry, and my clothes to the naked. And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried them.
So what did he do? He did his alms deed. Read on.
And if the king,
real quick. So when he gave it, when he came and he spent in Jerusalem, we read earlier, and then he came back. And in the time of Sennacherib, he gave many alms because people was going through it. What was he showing? Loyalty to his nation. He saw his people hurting. He's like, yo, these are my people. I'm riding with them. Let me help them out as best as I can. Read on.
And if the king Sennacherib had slain any when he was come and fled from Judea, I buried them privily.
He said he went and buried them privately. Why?
For in his wrath he killed many, but the bodies were not found. And when they were sought for the king. And when one of the Ninevites went and complained of me to the king, that I buried them and hid myself, understanding that I was sought for to be put to death, I withdrew myself for fear.
So he went and buried them because of customs. The bodies weren't supposed to be left. So that was a law to bury the dead. So what was he doing? Being loyal to the laws of God. even at the risk of knowing that he has a cushy job, he's a buyer for the king. So he was never lacking. You understand when you buy for the king, like let me go buy, give me 3 pounds of steak. That's not buying for the king. The king's like, give me 10,000 cattle. So he always had it. But now his job, it never stopped him from still being loyal to God's laws, being loyal to God's people. It put him at risk. Because now Sennacherib's looking for the body, and they went and snitched on him. Read on.
Verse 20. Then all my goods were forcibly taken away. Neither was there anything left of me beside my wife Anna and my son Tobias.
All his goods was taken away. He lost everything. Remember, he had in the land. He lost it when he went to captivity. He still stayed faithful. He got it back as a purveyor for Emanessar, Salmanessar. And then he lost it again under, then he kept the commandments under Sennacherib in burying his people. Then he lost it again. And all he had, he lost his what? Then all my goods were forcibly taken away. Neither was there anything left me besides Anna and my son Tobias. I lost everything. Read on.
And there passed not 55 days before 2 of his sons killed him. And they fled into the mountains of Ararat. And Sarkadenus, his son, reigned in his stead, who appointed over his father's account and over all his affairs. Achiacharis, my brother's Ananiel son.
So now 2 of Sennacherib's son killed him, and now it just happened that one of his brother's son was now in this court of Tobias' sons, right? Tobit's son was one of Tobit's brother's son, which is his nephew, happened to be now in the court of one of these men. Jump on down to chapter 2. 2 and 1.
Tobit 2 and verse 1. Now when I was come home again, and my wife Anna was restored unto me with my son Tobias in the feast of Pentecost, which is the holy feast of 7 weeks.
I'm sorry. Jump to chapter 1, verse 22. Let me just read this real quick.
And Achiacharis entreating for me, I returned to Nineveh.
So now he had to flee Nineveh when this was happening, but because of his nephew being in place, his nephew entreated to the king now for Tobit. Read on.
Now Achiacharis was cupbearer and keeper of the signet, and steward and overseer of the accounts. And Sarkadanus appointed him next unto him, and he was my brother's son.
So his nephew was close to the king and got him back into the land. Read on. Remember, he lost everything. Chapter 2, verse 1.
Now when I was come home again, and my wife Anna was restored unto me with my son Tobias in the feast of Pentecost, which is the holy feast of 7 weeks, there was a good dinner prepared me, in the which I sat down to eat.
So guess what? He came. Remember, he lost everything, but now he's home. He's able to eat. He got food now. Okay, so things are coming up. He's all right. Read on. Read on.
And when I saw the abundance of meat.
When I saw what?
Abundance of meat.
When I saw we had extra food. Remember, he lost everything. Read on.
I said to my son.
I said to my son.
Go and bring what poor man soever thou shalt find of our brethren, who is mindful of the Lord.
Who's loyal to God.
And lo, I tarry for thee.
Read on.
But he came again and said, Father, one of our nation is strangled and is cast out in a marketplace. Then therefore I had tasted of any meat. I started up and took him up into a room until the going down of the sun. Mm-hmm. Then I returned and washed myself and ate my meat in heaviness.
So what he did, again, this man is loyal. He lost everything. He finally made it back. He said, find somebody who's loyal. He said, Dad, somebody got killed. He went and got that body. Steadfast, loyal to the laws of God. He didn't change. Watch this. Jump on down. I don't want to read it for time's sake. Jump on down to verse 9.
Verse 9. The same night also I returned from the burial and slept by the
what verse we left off at?
That was verse 4.
Jump on down verse 8.
Verse 8. But my neighbors mocked me and said, this man is not yet afraid to be put to death for this matter.
For what? For burying the dead. Read on.
Who fled away, and yet lo, he burieth the dead again.
He came back and did the same thing again. Now this is loyalty. This is loyalty to God. Read on.
The same night
Oh,
also.
hold on. Loyalty to God and loyalty to his nation. Read on.
The same night also I returned from the burial. I slept by the wall of my courtyard, being polluted, and my face was uncovered. I knew not that there were sparrows in the wall, and mine eyes being open, the sparrows muted warm dung into mine eyes.
Man, he caught hell. So now the sparrows pooped in his eyes. Read on.
And a whiteness came into mine eyes. And I went to the physician, but they helped me not. Moreover, Achaicurus did nourish me until I went into Elamias. And my wife Anna did take women's work to do. And when she had sent them home to the owners, they paid her wages and gave her also besides a kid.
So now he's blind. His wife had to go out and work. This is the woman that rides with you, loyal. She's like, okay, now, cool, I'm going to go get this money now, take care of the family. Look at how God has put this man through so much, but God always gave him a way out. He made it back home after all that. He's not having a feast. Bring another person's loyal so we can keep the feast. Help somebody out there. He's loyal to God. Let's do our arms and help him out. Find somebody dead. They buried him and said, damn, this dude do not learn. He's still burying the dead. He's going to lose everything again. They're going to kill him. He goes blind. His wife is able to now step up. He got a good woman. God sent him the right kind of woman for him because he was loyal to God. God gave him a loyal woman. And now look what happens. Read.
Verse 12. And when he had sent them home to the owners and paid her wages and gave her also besides a kid.
Now they paid her wages, but they also gave her a goat. Read on.
And when it was in mine house and began to cry,
and the goat began to bleed, cry.
I said unto her, from whence is this kid? Is it not stolen? Render it to the owners, for it is not lawful to eat anything that is stolen.
He's like, wait a second, woman, because you know he don't trust these damn women. He had a loyal woman, but he said, where the hell you got this goat from? Woman, did you steal this goat? Take this, because we will not eat it. Not in my integrity we're going to do this. We're not breaking no commandments. We're staying loyal to God. Read on.
But she replied upon me, it was given for a gift more than the wages. Howbeit I did not believe her, but bade her render it to the owners.
He said, I don't believe this woman. You can't trust these women. Read on.
And I was abashed at her.
He said, I was ashamed at her. Read.
But she replied upon me, where are thine alms and thy righteous deeds? Behold, thou and all thy works are known.
He said, this is because of all your alms and your loyalty you've done to your people and God. God is blessing you again. You can't see that? Again, loyalty is a two-way street. God will take care of you if you're loyal to him. You're loyal to him, he's going to give you a loyal woman. If you're a loyal woman, she's going to give you a loyal man. God is always going to find a way to provide for you. But be disloyal. God, forsake God, and God will forsake you. But he could even, at that moment, even see that, you know what? Because of my character and who I am, God is always looking. Even as bad as things, God is always looking out for me. Y'all catch that? Did y'all get that? All praises. All right. Let's go to, you got something you going to say? Go to 1 Samuel 25. For time's sake, you can go ahead and read it. History is fantastic back then. 25 verse 14 on down.
1 Samuel chapter 25 and verse 14.
So let me speed up a little bit with the history here. This is Abigail and Nabal during the time of David. David and his men protected Nabal's sheep while he's out there, and David is coming back looking for Nabal to help him while he's on the run, and Nabal was ignorant. So what I have you, 25 and 14?
Yes, sir.
Read.
Verse 14. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them.
So now he sent messengers, David, to salute Nabal and asked Nabal for a favor, and Nabal was out the spirit. He railed on him. Now, mind you, look at this. Jump up, chapter 25, verse. Verse 3.
1 Samuel 25, verse 3. Now the man of the name was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail. And she was a woman of good understanding and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was churlish and evil in his doings, and he was of the house of Caleb.
Read on.
And David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. And David sent out 10 young men. And David said unto the young men, Get you up to Carmel, and go to Nabal, and greet him in my name. And thus shall ye say to him that liveth in prosperity, Peace be both to you, peace be both to thee, and peace be to thine house, and peace be unto all that thou hast. And now I have heard that thou hast shears. Now my shepherds which were with us were hurt. We hurt them not, neither was there aught missing unto them, all the while they were in Carmel.
He said, listen, your shepherds were out, and we hurt none of them. We took care of them. Read on.
Ask thy young men, and they will show thee. Wherefore, let the young men find favor in thine eyes, for we come in a good day. Give I pray thee, whatsoever cometh to thine hand unto thy servants and to thy son David.
He said, listen. So David told him, listen, go to him and speak to him. He said, listen, hey, Nabal, we send peace unto your house. We just let you know, when your shepherds were out there in Carmel, we looked out for them. No hurt came to them. We protected them. We were loyal. We helped them. Now we're coming to you and we ask you, listen, whatever you can help us with, we would ask you for a favor back. It's a two-way street. Read on.
And when David's young men came, they spake to Nabal according to all those words in the name of David, and ceased. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, Who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I then say?
I don't know if you all know the history, but boy, Nabal really was crazy. This guy was crazy. So who the hell is David? Who? The one that killed the 10,000? That David? Do you act like that's yo? So yeah, everybody break away from their master. Who the hell you? Nabal was feeling himself.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 11. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh that I have killed for my shears, and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? So David's young men turned their way and went again, and came and told him all those sayings. And David said unto his men, Gird ye on every man his sword. And they girded on every man his sword. And David also girded on his sword. And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversing with them when we were in the field.
So as long as we dealt with them, they took care of us. They were good to us. And old master did not return the favor and being good back. It's a two-way street. Read on.
They were all a wall unto us both by night and day, all the while we were with them keeping the sheep. Now therefore, know and consider
look, verse 16 again.
They were a wall unto us both by night and day.
What is that saying? They protected us night and day. Read on.
All the while we were with them keeping the sheep.
While we were keeping the sheep, nobody could have hurt us because David and his men were protecting us. Read on.
Now therefore, know and consider what thou wilt do. For evil is determined against our master, and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial, that a man cannot speak to him.
He said he too ignorant that nobody can even reason with him to understand. Read on.
Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 200 bottles of wine, and 5 sheep ready dressed, and 5 measures of parched corn, and 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on asses, And she said unto her servants, Go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. And it was so, as she rode on the ass, that she came down by the covert of the hill. And behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. And David had said, Surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing we missed of all that pertained unto him. And he hath requited me evil for good.
Right. Your payment requited me evil for the good. You're not returning the favor and dealing right with me. I was loyal to you. I'm asking for some loyalty. I'm asking for a good turn back. Read on. And he's like saying, I'm just telling you whatever you can do. You just got rude for no reason. Read on.
Verse 22. So and more also do God unto the enemies of David. If I leave all that pertain to him by the morning light, any that pisseth against the wall. And when Abigail saw David,
you know, he said, I'm going to cut down anything that pisseth against the wall. Every man will die. I will slaughter every man, cattle. I will slaughter everything here. I don't know, for some reason, Nabal had to know who he was. Because damn, like, who the hell is David? Are you crazy? You act like this some regular men that's talking about. He said, all right, I'm going to leave 200 men. Watch those stuff. 400, let's go kill everything. Nabal was wealthy beyond measure. Don't think Nabal didn't have men. But 400 of David men is more than 1,000 of another man. These dudes is chopping down like, all right, we're going to see. Everything that pisses against the wall will die. Read on.
Verse 23. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lighted off the ass, and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground.
She reverenced him. She respected him. Read on.
And fell at his feet and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be.
Is this not a loyal woman? You know what she said? She said, listen, if you got the judge kill me, ladies, you should feel good, because this is one of your foremothers right here. I know a lot of you ladies be like, that wasn't me. He got to get his spirit right, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. Do it. You got to do it. I mean, Lord forbid you do anything, but he over there. If you're looking for him, just in case. No, she said, listen, this man had a good woman. He didn't deserve her. She said, listen, whatever you got to do, kill me. She bad. She bad. Read on.
Verse 24. And fell at his feet and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be.
Damn.
And let thine handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid.
She's asking for permission to just, please, allow me to speak and explain something to you. But if you're going to kill, just kill me. Read on.
Verse 25. Let not my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal.
She said, my husband's a devil. Read on.
Even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him.
His name is folly or fool. That's what Nabal means. Read on.
But I, thine handmaid, saw not the young men of my Lord, whom thou didst send.
She said, but I didn't see the young men you sent. Read on.
Now therefore, my Lord, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, seeing the Lord have withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thine own hand, now let thine enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. And now this blessing which thine handmaid hath brought unto my Lord, let it even be given unto the young men that follow my Lord. I pray thee, forgive the trespass of thine handmaid, for the Lord will certainly make my Lord a sure house, because my Lord fighteth the battles of the Lord, and evil hath not been found in thee all thy days.
She said, I pray thee, forgive the trespass of thine handmaid. She was taking the trespass of him and putting it on her. She says, for the Lord will certainly make my Lord, she's talking to David, a sure house. Because my Lord fighteth the battles of the Lord, and evil have not been found in thee all thy days. She said, in your life, you've been loyal to God. So, you know what? Accept this gift. Here's the loyalty coming back to you. But you know what? Put the trespass on me. So take all these gifts that I'm bringing to you, because you've been loyal to God, you've been loyal to my Lord, and here. Thank that God has put the Spirit on me to come to you, to stop you from shedding blood, and here's a return or a reward or recompense for your loyalty. But if you want blood, take it from me. This woman bad right here. This woman right here, no joke. Oh, boy, go read on.
Verse 29, yet a man is risen to pursue thee and to seek thy soul. But the soul of my Lord shall be bound in a bundle of life with the Lord thy God. And the souls of thine enemies, them shall he sling out as out of the middle of a sling.
Read on.
And it shall come to pass when the Lord shall have done to my Lord according to all the good that he hath spoken concerning thee, and shall have appointed thee ruler over Israel.
She knew that he was going to become ruler over Israel. Read on.
This shall be no grief unto thee, nor offense of heart unto my Lord, either that thou hast shed blood causeless, or that my Lord hath avenged himself. But when the Lord shall have dealt well with my Lord, then remember thine handmaid.
He said, listen, I know you're going to be king one day, David. And when the Lord deal with my Lord, just remember me, your handmaid. Abigail, she's bad. She's lining herself up. It's just cool. Just, whenever anything, when this all pays out, just keep me in mind, Jump on down to verse, let's hurry. Let's get to verse 38.
Verse 38, and it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord...
No, verse 34.
Verse 34, for in a very deed as the Lord God of Israel liveth, which have kept me back from hurting thee, except thou hadst hasted and come to meet me, surely there had not been left unto Nabal by the morning light any that pisseth against the wall.
Read on.
So David received of her hand that which she had brought him, and said unto her, go up in peace to thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice, and have accepted thy person.
Read on.
And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house.
So now she comes back after saving her husband's life. She was loyal to him. Even though he wasn't right, she was still loyal to her husband because that's a commandment of God. So her being loyal to her Lord, she was being loyal to God. Read on.
Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house, like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him, for he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light.
And she had enough sense not to come to him and tell him, look, I saved your life, nigga. Look at you. Look at how you did it. It was me who did it. She still respected him, and she didn't tell him nothing. Go ahead and have your feast. No, we don't.
But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone.
When she explained to him what happened, fear came over him. Like he became like a stone, because he realized how close he was to his death. Because when David died, everything was dying. He thought he was being slick. He would have been caught off guard, and he would have been put to death. Read on.
Verse 38, and it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord smote Nabal, that he died. And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, blessed be the Lord, that hath pleased the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and he hath kept his servant from evil. For the Lord hath returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head. And David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife.
And then Abigail said, all right, so Nabal is buried, and I'm free. I'm not married. I'm free. And David's like, yeah, I remember what you said over there. Like you said, just remember me. Okay, so what's up now? Let's go. Let's roll out. Damn. That must have stung. All right, drop that. But the whole point behind what I want to get from that was the loyalty that she had to her Lord, the loyalty she had to God, the loyalty David had to her, to Nabal, and Nabal never returned, requite that loyalty, and guess what? He ended up losing his life. All right? Go from that. We're going to wrap it up in a second. Go from that to, okay, let's run through this real quick. 1 Samuel 19. 19, verse 1 and 2.
1 Samuel chapter 19, verse 1. And Saul spake to Jonathan his son and to all his servants that they should kill David. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul my father seeketh to kill thee. Now therefore I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in a secret place and hide thyself.
This is friends. This is real friendship. He warned him, listen, this is a loyal friend. Hey, my pops is trying to kill you. You better go hide yourself. Chapter 20. We got to run through the script. Chapter 20, verse 30 and 31.
1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 30. Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said unto him, Thou son of the perverse, rebellious woman, do not I know that thou hast chosen the son of Jesse to thine own confusion?
He said, I know you loyal to Jesse, son. Read on.
And unto the confusion of thy mother's nakedness?
Read on.
For as long as the son of Jesse liveth upon the ground,
as long as David is alive,
thou shalt not be established, nor thy kingdom. Wherefore now send and fetch him unto me, for he shall surely die.
He said, listen, son, do you understand that as long as David's alive, your kingdom will never be established? But guess what? With the kingdom comes what? Riches, right? Riches don't mean nothing. Health means a little, but your character means everything. He's like, yeah, cool. So I lose the kingdom. But I'm staying loyal to David. I'm not gonna change if that means I'm gonna lose this kingdom. Nah. David is my friend. I'm not gonna break that fidelity or that friendship and become a disloyal person. You know why? Because if he did break that friendship and had David killed, all right, Jonathan would have sat on the throne. But then he would have to take a hard look at himself and know and live a life and know his character is foul. And know, I put a man to death. There's no loyalty to me. There's no goodness in me. Now, keep the kingdom if that's the case. God want him to have it, God gonna have it, but I'm not gonna sell this dude out. The dude has been good to me. I'm not gonna, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And you know what? And this is him going against his father. This is true loyalty. This is true friendship. Watch it. Jump to chapter 18, verse 1.
Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1. And it came to pass when he made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. Mm-hmm. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
He loved him. That's loyalty. He loved him as his own soul. Read on.
And Saul took him that day and would not let him go no more home to his father's house.
Read on.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul.
Wait a second. So his loyalty he had to David was a two-way street. Because David loved him also, like he loved his own soul. Read on.
Verse 4. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David, and his garments, even to his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle. And David went whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely. And Saul sent him over the men of war, and he was accepted in the sight of all people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants.
Now watch this. And David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself. What do you mean? He was never disloyal to Saul. He knew how to carry himself. Jonathan stripped himself of his royal garment and gave it to him, and David still, with all that, stayed loyal. Because sometimes people see opportunity when they see themselves in a position now, and they flex. And they try to usurp or overthrow, but not David. David behaved himself. He stayed loyal. The Lord was positioning David, but David never became disloyal. He's like, no. He saw his position. He saw how him and Jonathan was getting close. He could have snaked, but he's like, nah, this guy's good to me. I see his fruits of how I'm going to be the same way towards him. Some people see opportunity and they get dishonorable. They break their loyalty because they think they can make a play. and it doesn't work out the way people think it would work out. Error 2018. Read on. What verse was that?
Verse 5.
Chapter 20, verse 41.
1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 41. And as soon as the lad was gone, David arose out of a place toward the south.
So now David was hiding himself from Saul because Saul was trying to kill him on the new moon. So Jonathan said, I'll give you a sign to let you know if my pop's trying to kill you. So he gave him a sign, yo, don't come here. My pop's going to try to kill you. Read on.
And fell on his face to the ground and bowed himself 3 times. And they kissed one another and wept with one another until David exceeded.
Right. So he saw him like, listen, I got to run. So Jonathan came and he kissed one another. Don't give me this what's it called again? This transgender, that's not what it's talking about. Romans 16:16. Oh, they killed himself. Oh, come on, please stop. Please. Romans 16:16. This is the kiss is talking about.
Yes, sir. Romans chapter 16 and verse 16. Salute one another with an holy kiss.
It said what?
Salute one another with an holy kiss.
Salute is when you say hello or goodbye with a holy kiss. Read on.
The churches of Christ salute you.
And the church of Christ will salute you. So the kiss he gave him, like a brother would kiss a brother. It wasn't no, like they was tonguing down. You did friggin' nasty people, man. People so damn nasty. I know as soon as them homos heard it, ooh, no, it's not that. So go back. 1 Samuel 20, verse 41. Oh, wait a second. Isn't it right here in the same? Where was his son? We'll get to this. We'll get 2 Samuel. Yeah, read this in 1 Samuel 20, verse 41.
21, 41, sir? 20 and 40.
20 and 41, yes.
And as soon as the lad was gone, David arose out of a place toward the south and fell on his face toward the ground and bowed himself 3 times. And they kissed one another and wept one with another until David exceeded. And Jonathan said to David, go in peace, for as much as we have both sworn, both of us, in the name of the Lord, saying,
we swore loyalty to one another, read on,
that the Lord be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever.
He said there will be loyalty. He said we swore between each other before the Lord that we'll be loyal to each other and between our seeds. So if I'm not here, stay loyal to my son. And I'm going to tell my son to be loyal to you and vice versa. This is real brotherhood. That's why it says, husband and wife, be as brethren. Because this is an example of true loyalty. He knew that eventually David was going to take the throne and he was going to lose his position. He didn't care because above riches is what? Character. And we're reading about that 1,000 years later that this man, who was this man? Jonathan. This man was great. Go to 2 Samuel chapter 1. 1:16.
2 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 16. And David said unto him, thy blood be upon thine head.
So now Jonathan and Saul was killed. And this man said he killed him. Read on.
Thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth hath testified against thee, saying, I have slain the Lord's anointed.
This man said, I slain Saul. I killed him. Read on.
And David lamented with this lamentation over Saul and over Jonathan his son.
So damn, even after Saul tried to kill David so many times, David stayed loyal to him. Why? Because he was loyal to God. Because he understood that God made Saul his anointed. So David was like, I'm not going to put my head against who God anointed. I'm going to stay loyal. I'm not going to return that favor to him and do to him what he tried to do to me. That's loyalty to him. And his loyalty was really to God. David's loyalty was really to God because he knew God chose him. And he said, and Jonathan, his son, which was his brother. Read on.
Verse 18. Also he bade them, Teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Jasher, the beauty of Israel is slain upon thy high places. How are the mighty fallen?
Read on.
Tell it not in Gath. Publish it not in the streets of Ashkelon, lest the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, lest the daughters of the uncircumcised triumph.
Right. Don't tell them. So these people rejoice with the fall of Saul and Jonathan. Read on.
Yet mountains of Gilboa, let there be no dew, neither let it be rain upon you, nor fields of offerings.
Jump on down to verse 22.
Verse 22. From the blood of the slain, from the fat of the mighty, the bow of Jonathan turned not back, and the sword of Saul returned not empty.
Read on.
Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives, and in their death they were not divided.
He said, look how he's talking. He said, Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives. He still tried to paint a picture of them as being good. This is what loyalty is. Read on.
And in their death, they were not divided.
And you know what? At the death, father and son was together. Read on.
They were swifter than eagles. They were stronger than lions.
Read on.
Yet daughters of Israel, weep over Saul.
He said what?
Weep over Saul.
Loyalty. Weep over Saul.
Who clothed you in scarlet.
Because he was good to you all, so you better weep over him. Read on.
With other delights, who put on ornaments of gold upon your apparel.
Read on.
How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou wast slain in thine high places.
Read on.
I am distressed.
I am what?
I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women.
Read on.
How are the mighty fallen, and the weapons of war perished?
He said, your love towards me was surpassing the love of a woman because it was just a real friendship. There was no sex involved. Because a woman, you be nice because at the end you're trying to hit it. I mean, you're trying to have sex. I'm sorry. You're trying to have sex. That's why we do it. But with friends, there's no end game other than you my boy, you my friend. This is loyalty to the end. I don't have time. Time is not permitting. And later on, David saw Jonathan's son and took care of him and let him eat at his table. Because of his loyalty extended beyond his life into his son because he swore, my seed and thy seed will be loyal. And he made sure he took care of Jonathan's. Now that's friend. That's loyalty. Okay, stop right there. Yo, you got to read that history. That history is fantastic. Okay, Judith, let's wrap this up. Just give me a couple more minutes and I'll be done. Judith chapter 13. I got to get there with you. 13, 6, and 7. Okay, so let me give you, I'm doing a disservice because I can't go through it the way I want to. But during the time of Judith, this is when the Babylonians began to encroach in the land. This is prior to Nebuchadnezzar just flattening us, all right? Judith was one of our foremothers that had a plan on holding off the Babylonians for a moment. Okay, let's go. Judith chapter 13, verse 6.
Judith chapter 13, verse 6. Then she came to the pillar of the bed, which was at Holophani's head, and took down his Phashon from thence.
So she went out to meet Holofernes. Now, Judith, when you read about her, we're going to read it backwards a little bit. She was a widow. She saw that there was coming, so she was beautiful. She went out to meet him. This Holofernes thought he was going to eventually have sex with her. She lined his dumb behind up. So while he was drunk, she took a piece of furniture off of his bed and did what?
And approached to his bed, and took hold of the hair of his head, and said, Strengthen me, O Lord God of Israel, this day. And she smote twice upon his neck with all her might, and she took away his head from him.
She took his head off. She chopped his head off. Now, this loyalty to your people because she knew that this man was coming to destroy her nation. So she put herself out on the front line and went out there and took this man's head off. Read on.
And tumbled his body down from the bed, and pulled down the canopy from the pillars. And anon, after she went forth, and gave Holofernes his head to her maid.
Read on.
And she put it in her bag of meat.
Yeah, read on.
So they twain went together according to their custom unto prayer. And when they passed the camp, they compassed the valley and went up to the mountain of Bethulia and came to the gates thereof.
So what happened prior to she taking his head, every day she went out the city, out the camp to go pray. And then she would come back in. So that night she took his head and then she went out with her maid like they was going to pray. And she kept on walking with the bag of meat. I love this history. Read on.
Verse 11. Then said Judith afar off to the watchman at the gate, Open, open now the gate. God, even our God, is with us to show his power yet in Jerusalem and his forces against the enemy, as he hath even done this day.
Chapter 14, verse 1.
14 verse 1. Then said Judith unto them, Hear me now, my brethren, and take this head and hang it upon the highest place of your walls. And as soon as the morning shall appear and the sun shall come forth upon the earth, take ye every one his weapons, and go forth every valiant man out of the city, and set ye a captain over them, as though ye would go down into the field forward to the watch of the Assyrians, but go not down.
Jump to chapter 16. So he said, put that head on a pike. 16 and 1.
16 and 1. Then Judith began to sing this thanksgiving in all Israel, and all the people sang after her this song of praise.
Read.
And Judith said, Begin unto my God with timbrels, sing unto my Lord with cymbals, tune unto him a new song, exalt him and call upon his name.
So they began to sing for the deliverance they had. Verse 19. 16 verse. Verse 19.
Verse 19. Judith also dedicated all the stuff of her Holofernes, which the people had given her, and gave the canopy which she had taken out of his bedchamber for a gift unto the Lord.
So now Judith, what they gifted her was all the spoils of Holofernes. And what she did? She gave all that to who? Which the people have given her, and gave the canopy, and Judith also dedicated all the stuff of Holofernes. What did she do? She gave the alms back to the people. She didn't need it. She was loyal to her people. She was loyal to her God. So she said, I don't need this. You can take it all back. You gave it to me. Here, just take it. I don't need it. Read on. Verse 20.
Verse 20. So the people continued feasting in Jerusalem before the sanctuary for the space of 3 months, and Judith remained with them.
Read on.
After this time, everyone returned to his own inheritance, and Judith went to Bethulia and remained in her own possession, which was in her time honorable in all the country. Mm-hmm. And many desired her, but none knew her all the days of her life. After that, Manasseh, her husband, was dead and was gathered to his people.
So her husband died. We're going to go back into history. Her husband died before this happened. From the time her husband died, from the time she married her husband, she was loyal to that man. He died. She still stayed loyal to him. She would not remarry. And she was fine. Men wanted her. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm dedicating my life to God, loyal to him. And the last man was the only man, was my Lord, my husband. And even after his death, she stayed loyal to that man. Let's go back. Chapter 8, verse 1. Judith 8:1.
Judith chapter 8 and verse 1. Now at that time Judith heard thereof, which was the daughter of Merari, the son of Ox, the son of Joseph, the son of Oziel, the son of Elsiah, and the son of Ananias, the son of Gideon, the son of Rephaim, the son of Achitho, the son of Elihu, the son of Eliab, the son of Nathaniel, the son of Samael, the son of Salasadai, and the son of Israel.
Read them.
And Manasseh was her husband, of her tribe and kindred, who died in the barley harvest.
Read on.
For as he stood overseeing them that bound sheaves in the field, the heat came upon his head, and he fell on his bed, and died in the city of Bethulia. And they buried him with his fathers in the field between Dothan and Balamo. And Judith was a widow in her house 3 years and 4 months. And she made her a tent.
Look, she was a widow, wearing her widow clothing for 3 years and 4 months. She didn't take off. She made sure people wouldn't be getting husband dying, and then 3 days later they ready to get me mad. Read on.
Verse 5. And she made her a tent upon the top of a house and put on sackcloth upon her loins, and wear her widow's apparel. And she fasted all the days of her widowhood.
She fasted every day of her widowhood,
save the eves of the Sabbaths, and the eves of the new moons, and the new moons, and the feast of solemn days of the house of Israel.
She fasted every day of her widowhood, mourning her husband, loyal to him, showing reverence to him, except on the feast days. This is over 3 years of this. Read on.
She was also of goodly countenance, and was very beautiful to behold. And her husband Manasseh had left her gold and silver and men servants and maid servants and cattle and lands, and she remained upon them.
And her husband was loyal to her because he left an inheritance for her. She understood, she appreciated that she had a good man that took care of the business and made sure things was in place for her. So in return and respect, she said, I'm not going to marry no next man and let him take all this, because he was a good man. I'll stay single and give all my loyalty to God and his people, but no next man going to know me. He was a loyal man. She was a loyal woman to him. Jump to chapter 10. Then we're going to finish it right here. 10 and 3.
Judith chapter 10, verse 3. And pulled off the sackcloth which she had on, and put off the garments of her widowhood, and washed her body all over with water, and anointed herself with precious ointment, and braided the hair of her head. And she put a tire upon it, and put on her garments of gladness, wherewith she had clad during the life of Manasseh her husband.
The only reason she took off her garment of widowhood is because now she had to go get that general's head. So she said, all right, I'll take this off right now, make myself look good. Okay, y'all must have forgot. I'm going to let you all know. And she took that off and she got dressed up. Read on.
And she took sandals upon her feet, and put about her bracelets and her chains and her rings and her earrings and all her ornaments, and decked herself bravely to allure the eyes of all men that should see her.
That's how bad she was. She only did it because she wanted to allure these men's eyes. Jump to verse 19.
Verse 19. And they wondered at her beauty.
And they what?
Wondered at her beauty.
And they wondered at her beauty.
And admired the children of Israel because of her. And everyone said to his neighbor, who would despise this people that have among them such women?
Such women like this. Give me that picture right there. Give me that picture. Come on now. Come on now. You know, let me be kidding, because that's a cartoon. Be damn in anime or some stuff. No, I ain't into that. That's some weirdo stuff. Easy. Let's get off of that stuff. Let's go back. Hey, Bishop, you like cartoon pictures? No, I don't. That's not me. I don't like cartoons. I like video games. No. Let's go back.
Yes.
Surely.
I lost my place.
Verse 19. I'm sorry.
Verse 19. And they wondered at her beauty, and admired the children of Israel because of her. And everyone said to his neighbor, who would despise this people that have among them such women? Surely it is not good that one of them be left, who being let go might deceive the whole earth.
Right, listen, might deceive the whole earth. Jump on down to verse 23.
And when Judith was come before him and his servants, they all marveled at the beauty of her countenance. And she fell down upon her face and did reverence unto him, and his servants took her up.
So she fell down before Holofernes with her beauty. Like, damn, this woman's fine. And she fell down. And what happened? When she got up, she took his head and put in a meat bag and went back home. Hey, listen, everybody. I'm sorry I'm going to cut it there. But listen, here's the point. The class and title again is Loyalty. What's the title again? Loyalty and looking glass into one's character. Remember again, the most important, riches don't mean nothing. Your health means a little bit, but your character means everything. Understand it, right? So coming up next, Bishop Nathaniel. Once again, may God bless and protect all of y'all. For first time listening to us, you can find us www.israelunited.org. We're on YouTube, all over the place. Classes 3 days a week. 3 times a day, 7 days a week. There's thousands of hours of content for you to learn. It's time for us to rise. Israel.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the